riders get set to take to the track on the second round of the AMSOIL AMA Supercross Lights East Coast Series. Honda rider Davi Millsaps fought his way to the top of the podium last week, with Kawasaki rider Chris Gosselaar and Branden Jesseman atop his Yamaha not far behind. These and other talented riders take to the sticky Georgia clay here in Atlanta next on Speed. The AMSOIL Supercross Lights East Coast Series has rolled into the Peach State for round 2 of the 2006 championship season. The biggest challenge for the competitors tonight might not be the tricky red Georgia clay, but the fact that they are racing in the points leader's backyard. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Shaheen alongside former Supercross Lights champion Denny Stevenson. Davi Millsaps from Honda won the race last week in St. Louis and took over the points lead. And now here we are, Denny, right near his hometown of Cairo, Georgia. Is that an advantage or a disadvantage racing tonight?
What are you kidding me, Ralph? This is a huge advantage for Davi Millsaps. He's going to race in front of 70,000 of his closest friends and family. He's going to be pumped and excited to get win number 2.
Only one race so far for the AMSOIL Supercross Lights East Coast Series, but let's show you how the points shake out. Last week's winner was Davi Millsaps, and the Honda rider leads the points by 3 over Chris Gosselaar. 5 back in third is Branden Jesseman, with Kyle Chisholm rounding out the top 10 in the standings. All right, Denny, let's take a look at the racetrack tonight inside the Georgia Dome.
A long track here tonight. Lap times in the mid 50-second lap times. Red clay gonna be breaking down. You got the star straight you see coming across the middle. Up around through a rhythm section. These guys gonna double, double, double. They're gonna come back through the sand. A little mix it up here in the Georgia Dome. And then a big on-off. Guys gonna go up around, they're gonna come down this back section to a deep section of whoop-de-doos. Broken down to get a little rutted up, a little cupped, and then up over the finish line. Tonight in Georgia, be a good night of racing.
And here's our road to tonight's main event. There will be 2 heat races, 6 laps each, 20 riders, top 9, advance straight to the main out of those 2 heats. If you haven't made it through the heats, you get one final shot in the last chance qualifier, 4 laps, 22 riders, top 4 advance to the main. Before we get to heat 1, here's Krista with a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
At the end of last year, Chris Gosselaar found himself without a ride. So when Pro Circuit Kawasaki took a chance on him, he promised he would perform. So coming into St. Louis, the first race of the East Lights Series, Chris felt the pressure. How much pressure? Well, he said he got married, and that was nerve-wracking, but it was nothing compared to coming into that first race.
Let's show you our Dunlop starting list for heat number 1, and joining us in the booth, Kevin Windham. Good to have you with us, Kevin, as we take a look at our Dunlop starting list here. What do you expect out of these first couple of heats?
Well, I expect to see a lot of action. It seems like it's been going all year on the West. Here we are over on the East, second round. No reason for the action to stop now.
Everybody's starting to fight their way out of the first couple of turns. And Denny, the one thing we've been hearing a lot about this dirt here in Georgia that's pretty consistent, it's a little bit sticky.
Well, Kevin, you can be a test to this dirt here in Atlanta, Georgia. You've had some good luck here and you've had some bad luck. What do you think of this red clay? How's it going to affect these guys?
Well, this dirt here in Atlanta is tricky because it does rut up, but then at the same time it gets slick. So these riders really got to be on their toes tonight.
And how about this Chris Gosselaar kid? Just a few weeks ago or months ago, he wasn't even sure if he was going to have a ride. Guys at Pro Circuit pick him up. He was sweeping floors, it seemed like, to get this ride. And last weekend he comes off with a solid second. How much has that helped him in his momentum coming in this weekend?
Well, we've all heard the stories of how he's got here and the things that he's committed of himself to get this ride with Mitch Payton on the Pro Circuit Kawasaki, and he's living up to what he promised. I think he had a great ride at the first round of the East here in St. Louis, and here in Atlanta, he's obviously starting off the night well.
Working his way through the rhythm section. Big triple coming up here. No problems for Gosselaar. Into the pit, Denny.
Yeah, the sand section, this is kind of a mix of sand, I guess. I mean, Kevin, how does it affect you to go from this, like you said, a little bit of a slippery track, red clay, and then throw in the middle of the sand section, middle of the track?
Well, these guys at Dirtworks do everything they can to throw all manner of obstacles at us, and you know, it's tricky. You got to adjust. Each lap, the track's changing. That section might be getting a little bit more or less whooped out. These ruts are coming in. these guys have always got to be on their toes and constantly be changing to a track that's going to be changing all night long.
Paddle behind him, second place, Jesseman and Gerke in the middle of this fight here.
Jesseman just doing a great job, returning to action in Supercross. You all know the story, kind of fell off the map a little bit, went and did some arena cross, but you know, he's back in the scene. You know, Chris Gosselaar returned to it, Branden Jesseman as well. What kind of clicks in a rider like this, Kevin? You know, you kind of get off the map, you have a couple bad seasons, and then all of a sudden, boom, something clicks and you're back into action.
Well, I think in the sport of Supercross, it's easy to let the lights and the pressure get to you. And I think some of these guys get a little bit of time off, realize how they can ride, and realize what they want out of the sport. Time off does them good. They come back in a low-pressure situation. People don't expect the things that they were expecting before they left. And that's what it takes to get these guys up there, riding the race they can race.
Heat number 1 is underway here in the Georgia Dome. Branden Jesseman on the 121 holds down second place, and everybody's chasing Chris Gosselaar. Stay with us for more here on Speed. Gosselaar on the 102, holding down the lead on the Kawasaki. Jesseman giving chase in second place, and Gerke back in third as Jesseman dives into the pit.
See that rider number 95 in the white gear, the Team Faith Yamaha trying to chase down Matt Gerke. That's Kevin Johnson, also fresh off the arena cross scene. Had a really good season battling out with Chad Johnson and Brock Sellards. Get us some time to turn up here for this East Coast License Championship.
That was an interesting section right there too, Denny. You get a long run out of that turn, straight into those whoops.
Yeah, that's these guys were talking about, you know, trying to lessen the whoops and make them a little bit safer, but yet, you know, this weekend they give them about a 100-foot run, 100-yard run. What do you think about that, Kevin? These guys, you know, this whole controversy with the whoops.
Well, the whoops seem tricky. You know, they're a little bit small, but you have this huge entry speed. These guys are coming in really quick. Things can get out of whack in a hurry when you have a lot of entry speed into the whoops, and I think these things will be giving the riders fits all night long.
Here's Gosselaar. The Peach State Supercross fans getting a good show here tonight in heat number 1. And look at Gosselaar just rimming his way around that bull turn.
Dude's looking good. He laid down a 55.9, while Branden Jesseman actually has the fastest lap time with a 55.6. Kevin, we're always referring to lap times, whether it be in practice or in the heat race. You know, when you're racing out there, are you back in the truck looking at these lap times? Does that really affect you?
Well, that's become a very real part of the game. You know, there's a lot of guys on the line for heat number 2 watching this thing, and they're not able to watch Chris Gosselaar and race against him until later in the night, provided they make the main event. So the only thing they have to go off is the lap times, and it can play a head game, you know, going into the main event.
Of course, the top 9 riders transferring straight out of the heats. Those are the riders in green going across the top of your screen. The riders with the red numbers all hoping to improve their position. They will get one more shot at the main through the last chance qualifier coming up a little bit later. Look at the speed Gosselaar carries out of the corner. There's that run into the whoops. Final lap. Gosselaar just on cruise control, taking the win and setting himself up for another good night 2 weeks in a row. Jesseman will take second. He's going to the main. Gerke's going along with him. Grant improves his position to 4th. He's going to the main. Let's head downstairs to Chris Gosselaar.
From a podium in St. Louis to a heat win in Atlanta, all this for a guy who almost didn't have a ride. Congratulations, Chris.
Oh, thank you very much. I couldn't have done it without my monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki. I mean, that thing is a rocket ship. It helps me get off to all them hole shots, that's for sure.
Chris Gosselaar will take his rocket ship into the main.
Let's take a look at the start list, the Dunlop start list for heat number 2. Thomas Hahn is in this one. Robert Marshall, Josh Hansen. Guys, do we expect Josh Hansen to improve on his position last week?
Well, as we know, an opening round can be difficult. Hopefully round 2 he worked out all those bugs.
Let's head downstairs to Krista with a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
One of those bugs is a sore back. Josh Hansen started suffering from a herniated disc about 2 weeks ago. His doctor told him he needs rest. He said that's all he did this week. No training, no testing. He just stayed in bed.
There's Josh right there. He's going to carry our onboard camera for us. Kevin, you know all about recovering. Give us a little insight of what he's going through.
Well, this is a tough game, and to have an injury and to do the racing that we do week in and week out, you have to do whatever it takes during the week. Some weeks that might be riding, some weeks it might be resting. This week was one of rest for Josh Hansen. We'll see if he can improve coming in round 2 of these.
Problems in the first corner. It looks like Hansen's going to get a good jump and take the early lead. But getting out front will always make you feel better right away, won't it, Kevin?
Well, I think the rest is paying off at this point. We'll see how the remainder of the heat goes for him, but obviously a great start. And that's step one to having a great night.
On board with the KTM rider, Josh Hansen. A great look from our Red Bull KTM helmet cam. Kenny, he's opened up a pretty good lead.
Yeah, we know Josh is a good starter. He proved that last week. He likes to ride, as we talk about quite often, that comfort level, that comfort zone. He likes to ride the track very precise, hit everything very good, make no mistakes. Sometimes when he makes mistakes, they're amplified. He tends to kind of lock up, maybe drop his lap times, but right now, out front, smooth sailing.
Into the pit. Are you a fan of those kind of sections, Kevin?
Well, you know, you have to deal with anything they throw to you, and it seems like the sport is always looking for something to change. You see a lot of guys getting loose in that section. It could present an opportunity for some of these guys to make passes in the main event.
The 54 right behind, holding down second place, Robert Kittery. Remember, top 9 transfer, the numbers in green across the top of your screen hold the transfer position. Those in red, still looking to improve.
Kevin, we talked about how good a starter Josh Hansen is. Other aspect, other opposite around, Davi Millsaps. Great rider, always seems to suffer from poor starts. Why do you think that is?
Well, I know that he's a heavy guy, but you know, in the day of the 4-stroke, and now that we're in the Supercross light, I think that is not as big of an issue as he makes the pass here. I don't think that's as big of an issue as what it used to be. I feel certain he's got to be practicing starts, but I think that his career is going to be so much easier if he can just get off that gate and put himself in a position to win these races from lap 1.
Millsaps on the 118, the Honda rider that won last week, sits in second place, and everybody's chasing Josh Hansen. Stay with us for more here on Speed. Back to Georgia, you're on board with Heat 2 race leader Josh Hansen. Hang on. There's a good look at him right there on the number 100 KTM. Joining us in the booth, Supercross superstar Kevin Windham. Kevin, you know a lot about the recovery that Josh Hansen's going through. Give the fans a quick update about what's going on with you and when we can expect to see you back on board.
Well, it's been long overdue. This injury is breaking my arm in December 14th. Has kept me out for a while, but happy to announce I've been back on the bike. You know, my Sobi Samsung Honda has been awesome pre-season, and I was just so disappointed I didn't get a chance to be here early in the season. But as it turned out, I should be around for the last 6 rounds, which would start me at Orlando through the finale in Vegas.
Of course, you'll see that Orlando round right here on Speed Channel. We're looking forward to seeing you back in action. I know the fans have missed you. Stein over the finish line jump once again. Goes the race leader, Josh Hansen, who still leads over Davi Millsaps.
Millsaps making a late charge right here at the final lap. Now, Kevin, it's the last lap. Both these guys are qualified. What is Davi Millsaps trying to prove right here?
Well, he's just trying to ride his race right now. He's in the zone. There's no point in taking himself out of it. He doesn't see any threat in staying up there and running with Hansen. And when you have a start like that, you keep working your way through, and wherever you get is where you get. Right now, I think he's taking a little bit of wind out of Hansen's sails.
Can it be a mental game, though, if he takes the win away from him?
This sport is so much mental, and as we enter into the whoops, he's got a good drive. I think it would definitely affect Hansen if he gets his pass made.
Here he comes, right to the line. And the checkered flag's going to go to Hansen, but he knows Millsaps was right there at the end. Well, Kevin, thanks for stopping by. Enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you in Orlando.
My pleasure. This has been a blast, and I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to getting back out there on the track soon here in Orlando.
All right, good luck to you.
Thanks a lot.
Let's show you the results from heat number 2. And here are the 9 riders transferring on straight to tonight's main event. Of course, everybody else who has not transferred gets a shot in the last chance qualifier. But first, here's Josh Hansen with Krista.
Man, guys, it was so cool hearing from Kevin Windham. Now we're going to hear from Josh Hansen. Josh, we documented that you have a sore back. How bad was it for you in that heat race?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I got like 3 laps, and that's all I got. You know, I'm just having big time problems, but that's that, and just have to deal with it.
Josh Hansen going to have to fight through that for the main event. He knew Davi Millsaps was coming. We'll see what he does in 15 laps.
Tonight, get all your racing updates on Speed News Saturday. If you've missed any of the weekend's racing action, don't worry. Just tune in to Speed News Saturday for the best highlights and recaps. Speed News Saturday, tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Speed. The last chance qualifier is coming up. Stay with us for more here on Speed from the Georgia Dome. And the Rolex Sports Car Series heads south of the border to Mexico City. Team Ganassi grabbed the big prize at the season opening Rolex at Daytona. Can they make it 2 for 2? Tune in tonight at 8 Eastern to find out. The Rolex Sports Car Series, only on Speed. Welcome back to the Georgia Dome. The red clay giving these guys a lot of challenges here tonight as the last chance qualifier gets set in the Supercross Lights East Coast Series. Final transfer spots open into tonight's main event. And here's our Dunlop start list. Stephane Roncada still trying to find his way in, Denny.
Yeah, I talked to him earlier today. We walked in the track, and he just had a great smile on his face. He's just excited to be back here racing.
As we take a look at the rest of the riders in our LCQ, let's head downstairs to Krista for another Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, keep your eyes on number 122, Matt Walker. Why? Because he keeps his eyes on this race. A native of Georgia, Walker now lives in McDonough, just a short drive down I-75 from the Georgia Dome. He likes the red clay, and he loves the fans. He is going to be one to watch because this is where he scored one of his 2 podiums last year, right here in front of the hometown crowd.
The 30-second board is up. It'll go sideways like that, and get ready for the gate to drop. Coming around the outside, the 141 is Steve Boniface. McKinney, hang on to it, Denny.
Bobby Canary quickly grabs the lead from Steve right there. Steve Boniface and Kelly Smith went down together in their heat race. 2 riders we expect to see up front who did well in the main event last weekend. Now in this last chance qualifier, and quickly Boniface re-grabs that lead on that Buku Energy Honda. Bobby Canary, on the other hand, was looking very good in his heat race. He went down big time in the whoop-de-doos. Same spot where Matt Walker went down. Track very challenging tonight in Atlanta.
You see Boniface takes a very inside line there around that big tough block. There's 2 ways around that. You got to whip around the bowl section or come in real tight.
Challenging section, 2 lines to choose right before that whoop section. This section, these guys are double, tripling, seat bounce into that. That's where you seat bounce, you sit down on the roof on the seat, it brings you up over the jump. You got to do everything they can on these 250Fs motorcycles to get the most out of them. Seat bounce is just one of the techniques.
Everybody talked about this Georgia red clay being pretty consistent tonight. A little bit sticky, seems to be holding true.
Yeah, they did a great job working the track. You get a dirt works through. You see Brian Johnson making a move on Kelly Smith. Brian Johnson in that Star Racing Lucas Oil's Yamaha. He was scheduled to ride the West Coast rounds. Actually started out the season Anaheim 1. Went down the whoops, got hurt. Said, you know what, I'm going to take it off my time off, heal up, get ready for the East Lights.
That's the rider in the blue and white riding gear. Right behind him comes the 37 of Smith. Kelly Smith out of Michigan. Remember, the riders in green across the top of your screen hold the transfer spots. Those in red looking for one more opportunity to improve their position and get the transfer. Smith actually has one. As the scoring system gets caught up, he sits in fourth on that red 37. What's so unique about riding red clay like this, Denny? What do you got to focus on as a rider?
Well, like Kevin said in our heat races, it's a challenging track because it can be soft, it can break down, you get ruts, but it can get packed on the inside lines, and it's got that little bit of a glare to it. It kind of gets shiny, it gets slippery, as you see right there on the inside of that corner before the triple jump. So you're going to fight some of the ruts of the jumps, yet the corners still stay slippery.
Is it something the majority of the riders look forward to, or is it a type of surface that they can't wait to just survive it and get away from it?
I think it's just another part of the track, and coming east, you know, a different type of mix-up, and the best riders, they learn to adapt. And, you know, I always enjoyed coming to Atlanta. Got my first win here at the Georgia Dome way back when. And, you know, anytime you come and race in front of a sold-out crowd of 70,000 people, I think these riders are looking forward to it regardless.
Was it actually a dome back then, or did they have lights in here that long
Well,
ago?
it's Fulton County Stadium, actually, matter of fact. And, it was real cold, and we didn't have the benefits of this nice dome and this great weather.
Dating you just a little bit there.
Yep. It was all ran by generators.
That's right. Meanwhile, out front, the 141. Steve Boniface. He rockets through that bull turn. You can see the drive they get out of that corner.
Yeah, this is a tricky section. Going wide, you can carry momentum off the berm, like you said. Some of the guys dropping the inside, using that off camera.
Here's the finish line jump. Checkered flag waves. Boniface is going to the main. Who's going to join him? Kinnery's happening to get a trip on. Johnson will be there, looking for one more. And that ticket goes to Hibbert. So he does a great job of fighting his way up through the field, and Tucker Hibbert's going to the main. The field is now set for tonight's main event here in the Georgia Dome. Here are the last four riders to get a shot into tonight's main events. 2 Honda riders and 2 Yamaha riders rounding out the field. Tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, Wind Tunnel with David Spain heats up the airwaves. Dave has his usual supply of scorching opinions, fired up fans, and a star-studded guest list of the biggest names in motorsports. Wind Tunnel with Dave Spain tomorrow at 9 Eastern, exclusively on Speed. Stay with us, that main event on the red clay of the Georgia Dome, coming your way on the home of the Supercross Light Series, Speed Channel. Peach State Supercross fans packed into the Georgia Dome tonight, getting ready. Main event number 2 for the East Coast Supercross Light Series. And a good look at the Dunlop starting list now as we get ready for the gate to drop on that main event. Josh Grant certainly will be a player here tonight, Denny, but of course a lot of the attention going to be focused on Millsaps and Josh Hansen.
Josh Hansen proven to be a fast starter, but we saw the pain in his eyes in that heat race. And if you're going to beat a rider like Davi Millsaps, you're going to need to be 100%. He's been banged up a little bit. I'd keep an eye on Jesseman, Gosselaar, and for sure a hot rider like Josh Grant.
Now they tried to start this main event once already and things didn't go very well.
Chris Gosselaar jumps out to an early lead, but it's going to be eventually red flag because of this crash right here. Chad Ward goes down a pile. Kevin Johnson crashes into him, and a red flag comes out.
The Asterisk medical crew is right on the scene and immediately attended to the Alabama rider. Hopefully he'll be okay. Here's Chris Devoto with a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
More information on Davi Millsaps. You guys, we've obviously talked about his starts and his poor starting ability. Kevin Windham talked about his disadvantage because he's so big. Well, Davi Millsaps said he's doing everything he can to combat that, including losing weight. He's recently lost 12 pounds. What more can he do? He said just try and be as consistent as possible.
Well, here's a look at the past winners of Supercross Lights action here in Atlanta, and quite a few of those riders have gone on to great things. There's Grant Langston and Nathan Ramsey running out on the West Coast.
Good battle right now out in the West, like you said. All the attention's on the East. see in this restart here, Josh Hansen duplicate that good start, get out front. Nothing worse than having a ride injured. Josh doing just that. You see Chris Gosselaar, little goose, up front as well. And Josh Grant going to try and break away, get out front, and avoid that mishap he had to deal with last week in St. Louis.
Here's our helmet cam on top of the Red Bull KTM rider. Staring at the gate. Shot goes to the number 24, Josh Grant, Denny.
Josh is a great kid. I love watching this guy ride. He's proven himself outdoors. He's unbelievably fast in the Outdoor Nationals. Proved himself last year in Supercross. Him and Josh have had a little bar banging action. He had that little controversial crash pass at Daytona last season. We got these guys once again up front. Josh Grant first. That's Sobi, Samsung, Honda. Josh Hansen right behind him and have a Red Bull KTM.
And Davi Millsaps gets out of the gate in 4th place. Not a great start, but not a horrible start for Davi.
That's a whole shot for Davi Millsaps.
Oh, trouble for Gosselaar.
Someone who definitely did not benefit from the restart. Little goose, Chris Gosselaar going down. Gonna have to rejoin this final in 21st place.
Long way to go for him. Grant, meanwhile, clears a triple. Boniface runs in 3rd, but Millsaps right behind him.
Honda's running 3 out of the top 4 up front, doing something right, obviously making things happen here quickly in the opening laps here in Atlanta.
You can hear them working the throttle as they make their way around this racetrack, and there's a section right there, Denny, where you carry so much speed out of that corner.
Oh, right there, Josh Grant carrying that momentum out of the corner, but jumping in the whoops. Very similar to what we seen last weekend with some of the guys. There's a big whoop right in the middle. Seem to hit Josh right in the rear wheel, and here we go again. Hansen and Grant messing with each other, and all it does is create more problems for everyone else, and Steve Boniface takes the lead just like that. If you're busy messing with the guy in front of you, we talk about it time and time again, all it does is open up the door. Oh! Boniface goes down big. Goes over the bars, huge.
And Hansen went right over him.
Wow.
Boniface makes it over to the top blocks.
Supercross, one of the most physically demanding sports in the world.
Hansen looking for him, wondering what happened. He knows they made contact through there, and it's obviously upset him.
It's done something, I believe, to Josh's motorcycle, because Josh is right now just riding around the track, unable to even jump some of the simplest things. I don't know what's wrong with Josh Hansen. Him and Steve Boniface doing a big tangle, but up front, it's Josh Grant, Davi Millsaps, the 2 Honda riders. Yet again, anything can happen in the sport of Supercross within seconds. We go from a 2-rider battle between Hansen and Josh Grant. Boniface takes the lead, drops the front end over a tricky rhythm section, goes down like that. Josh Hansen out of the picture. Grant and Millsaps now alone out front, 1st and 2nd, with Martin Davalos and Matt Gerke in 3rd and 4th on the Star Racing Motoworld Yamaha.
Ends up being a good night for Gerke, but Grant's got to stop looking behind him and we're not worrying about Millsaps, because trust me, Josh, he's coming.
It's too late. Millsaps is here.
Yeah. And once he gets there, he's awful hard to keep behind him. We talked to him last week in St. Louis. He said all he's been doing is just waiting for this opportunity to go racing.
Great move by Josh Grant right there. Davi Millsaps, known to be one of the fastest guys on the track to the whoops. Jumps to the inside. Grant squares it off and dives to the inside. He is not going to give this race up to Millsaps. He wants to lead. He does not want to follow. He knows if Millsaps gets clear of him, I think Millsaps will break away. Grant's best chance to get this win is to stay out front, hold off Millsaps, and hope that Millsaps makes a mistake.
Krista, what happened to Josh Hansen?
Josh Hansen had to pull off the track. The crew was just working on the bike. Guys, they had to replace the shifter. He was off the track for about 2 to 3 minutes. He was way behind in this race. You can see the look on his face, just devastated, but he is back out there.
Just like that, terrible mistake with Steve Boniface. Josh gets collected in it, And you know, it all goes back to him messing with Josh Grant. They started fooling with each other in that corner. And if they just would have avoided that, they could have avoided maybe Josh Hansen getting collected.
Well, he's kind of getting a little bit of a mind game there with Millsaps, isn't he, in that corner?
Well, Grant knows right now that the easiest way is to, you know, ride with a little blinders on. Hold him back, hold him up, because I think he believes as well that if Millsaps get by him, he's going to take off and run away with this.
So what's he trying to do right now then? If he knows that he's got Millsaps all over, is it more of a defensive line or is it more of an offensive? I'm going as fast as I can, trying to just outrun this guy.
Now, Josh Grant right now is riding a defensive battle. He's a great rider, he's a young rider, but I think Millsaps is a little bit faster than him. He's reeled him in, and the best way for Josh to keep behind him is basically just stay in front of him, stay in his line.
Try to use up as much of the racetrack as you can.
Exactly.
Take away all the lines.
Yep. Just stay in NASCAR, keep it a draft. Now here comes his whip second. This is where Millsaps been faster every lap. Millsaps in the middle this time. Millsaps been on the inside. They're trying to go around the outside. Grant's been trying to block him. Millsaps knew better. He shut the door in the corner, did not allow Grant, did not give him that opening. Millsaps now out front.
Now we'll see the speed of Davi Millsaps. Just how fast can he go, and can he pull away from Grant? Halfway through this one. They finally have opened that section of racetrack back up. Let's go back and show you a replay of what happened in that section as this one got underway.
Just moments after Boniface takes the lead, he drops the front end over this very tricky rhythm section, goes over the bars big time. Josh Hansen, perfect view right there. Just collects right over the top of Steve Boniface. In the process, we've already learned that Josh Hansen bent a shift lever, was unable to continue, and just like that, we got new guys out front. Millsaps, Josh Grant.
Davi Millsaps is down.
Unbelievable. That is just a huge opportunity for Josh Grant right now to take off. Millsaps is unable to get his motorcycles in the neutral. Washes the front end. A huge mistake for Millsaps. That's why we race 15 laps. It comes down to lap times mean nothing. And Millsaps out, down and out right now. 3 of the top 4 from last weekend having problems. Millsaps, Hansen, and Chris Gosselaar.
That's Jesseman right behind him, who had 5th. So that means Millsaps is all the way back to at least 4th. Oh, what a tough break for Davi Millsaps in front of all those friends and family here in the home state of Georgia. Meanwhile, Grant can't believe his luck twice tonight.
You got to put yourself in the right situation for a win. Grant did everything he could to hold off Millsaps. Then, when Millsaps makes a mistake, Josh puts himself right back into the lead. And I think it almost to the point where Millsaps, when you know you're the fast guy on the track, you sometimes get a little overconfident. You sometimes maybe get a little more relaxed on the motorcycle. And right there we saw through that section, Millsaps rolled that double, washed the front end, down he went.
Josh Grant has the lead here in the main event of the Georgia Dome. How do you get it? Well, it's Davi Millsaps. One simple mistake, and he was down in the clay. Stay with us, we're coming right back. Pro Series is into its second round of 2006, and it's been a good one. Davi Millsaps won the opener in St. Louis just a week ago, but now Josh Grant looking to shake things up a little bit in the points. And with Davi Millsaps down to 4th, Denny, that could very easily happen here tonight.
Oh, and right there, Grant makes a mistake. This Atlanta track is very difficult. It's got the ruts to deal with, the very slippery, shiny parts of the track. Josh Grant last weekend in St. Louis gets a 22nd after an incredible heat race win. But right now, trying to do everything he can to rebound and take advantage of some of these other guys' mistakes. A solid ride with him out front, Martin Davalos in 2nd, and Matt Gerke in 3rd. These guys are teammates. A great job for that Star Racing Lucas Oil's team.
Tremendous run for those 2 riders. Here's our Progressive Direct whole shot replay.
Center of the screen, number 24, the Sobe Samsung Honda. Josh Grant grabs the whole shot. He is your Progressive Direct whole shot winner.
We've talked a lot about how tight the West Coast Championship is. They're in a bit of a break. There's Millsaps right now. And this one, we kind of thought Millsaps was going to maybe run away with it as dominant as he was in St. Louis. But now he's 16 seconds back behind Grant, sitting in 4th. and this championship's wide open.
Well, the fastest guy doesn't always win. That's why we race 15 laps. That's why we race a main event and over a number of rounds. And man, it's just like in the West Coast Light Series. No one wants to win that series. Everybody's making mistakes. And man, same thing here going on the East Coast. Can't count anybody out.
So you would say at this stage, and then the rider that makes the least amount of mistakes in this championship will probably come out with the title?
You just gotta kind of plan on that. Just see, you know, these guys, that's why these guys ride to lights class. This is supposed to be an entry-level class, a premier Supercross class in a sense. And a lot of guys make mistakes. These are young riders, and you come out each weekend and consistent results, you come on the top and win that title.
Well, you've won this title. Is that how you did it?
Well, I was fortunate. I had a great bike, great team, and you know, I got some wins under my belt, and you know, winning helped me get to the top. And again, you got to avoid big mistakes. I was able to do that back in my day, and I think that's the big thing right now. Josh Grant's got a lot to make up. He finished in 22nd last week, and with Millsaps in 4th with that win last weekend, he's still the favorite for that title. But you know, anything can happen, and Josh Grant's put himself in the best place out front.
Fight for third. Davi Millsaps has the position right now. Now he's trying to catch up to Martin Davalos. One thing about Davi Millsaps, Danny, he also told me that he's not just going to spend the whole season of 2006 on a Supercross lights machine. He fully expects to run the last 2 West Coast Supercross races in the big class. Yeah. On a 450.
There's rumors of him shifting to 450 for the Outdoor Nationals. He's a big guy. This is Honda's one of their hopes. They did a big investment. They got him away from Suzuki. He is the future of their team right now, and he is right now in 3rd. Recovered from that crash. It's been his whole life has been revolved around motorcycles, motocross racing. Got the Millsaps training facilities here in Cairo, Georgia. You know, he has been a prodigy. And go from the lights, go to the premier class, and that's Davi Millsaps' goal. And looks like he might get it done a little sooner than some other guys.
Well, they're saying down at that training facility is making fast riders faster. That'll give you an idea of what that's all about. They're pretty serious about their work.
Well, very serious improvement. Martin Davalos, who's in 2nd. He came up from Ecuador, moved in at the Millsaps training facility. Right now, those 2 guys are in 2nd and 3rd, so they're doing something right down there.
Josh Grant leads. Davalos holds on to 2nd. Millsaps is in 3rd.
And you ask about consistency, what it takes to win a championship, they always say, stay on the box, week in, week out. Millsaps might have made that mistake, but he's in 3rd, and he keeps it up, he's going to finish on the box.
Get back on that podium. Hansen, by the way, right now is listed in 18th position. So a bad night in St. Louis turns out to be a horrible night in Atlanta. And you got to wonder about Josh Hansen's chances at this championship, Denny. So much attention put on him coming into it.
Well, it's not like they have 16 rounds like in the Supercross class. You only have 7 rounds in the 120 or lights class, and you cannot afford a DNF. And you know, Josh Grant had a DNF last weekend at 22nd, and right now Josh Hansen kind of having something similar like that. And it's hard to make up points when you only have half the series that the big guys ride.
There's the 577, the blue and white riding gear, Davalos.
Martin, a great rider. He's in amateur nationals, a great starter. Always started out front, but he tend to get tight, kind of get sucked up through the pack and get tired. But you can see he's been doing his homework. Last week in St. Louis, he did a big trip over the bars, very similar to Ricky Carmichael in the whoop section. Was dead last. He fought his way all the way back up to 9th and put it in the main event. Then once again crashed in the main event and came all the way up to 10th. So Martin showing he can get it done when he stays off the ground.
Biggest problem for him as we watch our leader is that Millsaps has caught Davalos. So that battle's going to get heated up. Here it is. Look at this. Millsaps in the red on the Honda to the inside. Got 2nd place. Well, now not only is he on the box, Denny, but he's creeping up to the top position.
Yeah, and that's another thing that makes a champion. No matter what happens, if you crash, you fight back. And Davi Millsaps is doing just that. He's going to put himself in 2nd for this main event, but Josh Grant, not enough to be said about this guy. 22nd last weekend. You could easily just be disappointed and kind of give up on yourself. Not this kid. He fought back. This 19-year-old is getting it done.
Josh Grant going to take the win in Atlanta. A big win for Josh Grant here tonight. Millsaps will come home in 2nd, And with the way this race was going, that second place has got to feel pretty good.
Looking over, talking to Martin Davalos, giving him a thumbs up. Great job for both these riders.
Here's Krista with our winning mechanic.
A very excited winning mechanic. Have you ever experienced something like that?
He was running really fast last week, and he worked really hard for this. I'm really happy for him, you know, my best friend. So he's back.
He's back indeed, his best friend. What a support system this guy has. Josh Grant, that's his winning mechanic.
The emotions of Supercross racing. All that hard work pays off when you get to go to the top step of the podium. We'll talk to him when we come back here on Speed.
It's a test of...
Back to Supercross Lights action from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. A very exciting win because it's the first win for Josh Grant in his career. You always dream of the first one. How does it feel?
Feels really good. I mean, this is just like Bud's Creek, and man, I got a really good start. Pole shotted. I looked forward, got some tangle ups with some other guys, and just went from there. I just kind of rode my own race. I rode smart, I rode smooth, and that was the key tonight.
Smart and smooth, and he's a winner. Josh Grant, our winner in Atlanta.
All right, Krista, thank you. Let's show you the full field results from tonight's main event here with the Supercross Lights East Coast Series. Chris Gosselaar looked like he would be a strong contender for the win tonight. Not going to be the case. But all of this, of course, leads to Las Vegas. That's where we're headed in May, and Speed, of course, will be there as we wrap up what is building up to be a fantastic season of Supercross competition. Make sure you're with us all the way through. Even with his second place finish here tonight, Davi Millsaps still leads the points. He's 9 out in front of Branden Jesseman. Gosselaar drops to 13 back in third. So let's talk to the points leader. He's standing by with Krista.
Back on the podium with second place Davi Millsaps. And Davey, a rough outing for you. Tell us what happened there in that rhythm section.
Oh, you know, I came around the corner, my hand fell off. You know, nothing I could do about it. You know, it's kind of, the race was kind of stupid. You know, I caught him, and then he started to play dirty. You know, I mean, if I'm going faster, you know, yeah, you know, you can play a little bit, but don't do it every lap, every corner. You know, it was just stupid that he had to play dirty like that, and you know, just I guess he wanted the race to be good, but I mean, it was too stupid.
Is playing dirty something we'll see, I guess, continue into Indy? Does the controversy, will you get him back?
Well, you know, I guess it'll be dirty for all the guys that are in front that, you know, need to stay in front by playing dirty. But, you know, if it's going to be like that every weekend, I'm going to start playing dirty back. And, you know, if we both go down, we both go down. But right now, I just want to thank, you know, Honda, my Dunlop tires, and my mechanic Carlos, my mom. You know, I just want to congratulate Martin Davalos, who got third. So, congratulations to him.
All right, Davi Millsaps fights back to second, and some words we'll have to watch out for in the coming weeks.
Time for our Buku Big Air replay. Josh Grant, skying here in the Dome on his way to a big victory. Good night for the number 24. Also a great night for Martin Davalos. Got third. Gets to talk to Krista.
Our third place finisher, his first podium, and is this true, just your second race? That's amazing.
Yeah, well, I just turned pro. This is my second race. St. Louis was my first race. I'm so excited. I can't even explain it. I mean, I've been working so hard for it. Calling Millsaps, Davey, training with him is just so awesome. I just want to thank all the MTF guys, Star Racing, Big Gun, Lucas Oil, O'Neill, just everybody helped me get here. I'm just proud, thanks.
All right, Martin Davalos, a name we're definitely going to have to watch out for in the future.
Here's our Toyota moving forward schedule of Supercross action coming your way. Make sure you catch that Supercross Lights combo show from Daytona, Friday, March 10th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be a great one. Coming up next here on Speed, Lucas Oil on the edge. It's been a great night of Supercross Lights action here in Atlanta. For Chris Devoda and Denny Stevenson, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long from Atlanta, where Josh Grant is your winner of round 2.